Namaste, and thank you for taking the time to join me today. I want to share a deeply personal story about something we don't talk about enough: depression. This isn't just my story, it's something many of us, here in Nepal and around the world, experience but often feel too ashamed or afraid to share. A few years ago, my life seemed perfect on the surface. I had a good job, a supportive family, and caring friends. From the outside, everything looked fine, even enviable. But inside, I was battling something I couldn't fully understand. It began subtly: a constant sense of tiredness, a loss of interest in the things I once loved, and a growing desire to be alone. What started as occasional bad days turned into weeks of feeling trapped in an invisible fog. In our society, we are often told to be strong, to just get over it, or to focus on the positives. I tried all of that. I told myself I was overreacting, that I should be grateful for the life I had. But the sadness didn't go away. Instead, it grew heavier, like a weight pressing down on my chest every single day. I began to feel like I was stuck in quicksand, sinking deeper no matter how hard I tried to pull myself out. The turning point came one evening. I remember sitting alone, overwhelmed by a wave of hopelessness that I could no longer ignore. My thoughts were spiraling, and I felt completely alone, even though I was surrounded by people who cared about me. That night, I did something I hadn't done before. I picked up the phone and called a close friend. I hesitated for a moment, but then the words came tumbling out. "I don't think I'm okay." What they said in response changed everything. Their words were simple but powerful. "You don't have to face this alone. I'm here for you." For the first time in a long time, I felt a flicker of hope. That conversation gave me the courage to take the next step. I reached out to a therapist. It wasn't easy. Admitting I needed help felt like admitting I was weak, but through therapy, I learned something profound. Depression is not a weakness. It's not a character flaw or something to be ashamed of. Depression is a condition just like any other illness. It can affect anyone, regardless of their background, culture, or circumstances. With the support of my therapist, I began to understand my depression. It wasn't about being lazy or ungrateful. It was about unresolved emotions, stress, and even physical factors. Therapy also gave me the tools to start healing. I started small, writing down my thoughts to release the emotions I had bottled up for years. I began walking in nature, letting the fresh air and sunlight soothe me. I practiced mindfulness, focusing on my breath when my thoughts became overwhelming. It wasn't an overnight transformation. Some days were better than others, and there were times when I felt like giving up. But slowly I started to see progress. I realized that healing is not a straight road. It's filled with ups and downs. But every small step forward is a victory. If you're struggling right now, I want you to know this. It's okay to feel this way. You don't have to pretend to be fine. You don't have to go through it alone. There are people who care about you and want to help. Organizations like Mana Sparsha, which focuses on raising awareness about mental health in Nepal, are here to support you. Talk to someone you trust: a friend, a family member, or a mental health professional. Even small actions like taking a deep breath, stepping outside for fresh air, or sharing your feelings with someone can be the beginning of healing. And remember to be kind to yourself. You're not weak for feeling this way. You're human. Thank you for listening to my story. If this resonates with you, or if you think it could help someone you know, please share it. Together, we can break the silence around mental health and create a community where everyone feels supported and valued. You are stronger than you think, and brighter days are ahead. Let's support each other, because mental health matters,